Joining us now to talk about all of this is Bernie Kerik. He is, of course, the former NYPD commissioner. He wrote a piece today. He was the author of a book, From Jail to Jailer, From Jailer to Jailed. He wrote a piece today you can also find on Newsmax.com. Check it out. Trump refers to corrupt, crime-ridden countries as S-holes. Well, we don't know if he did or he didn't, Bernie, but let's presume that he did. Your piece argues, like Tony from Richmond, Virginia, he was dead spot on if he did.
Yeah, I think there's a number of issues. First and foremost, the political leaders, the leadership that walked out of that room whining like 5-year-old children running to their mother that this guy said a bad word. It's appalling. It's disgusting, and it reeks of this negative political atmosphere where the Democrats and Republicans historically just couldn't get anything done. And this is why Donald Trump's been elected to the White House, number one. Number two, did he call these countries, did he make a racist statement? First of all, no. Had nothing to do with race. Has to do with the countries. Countries that are corrupt. Countries where they have mass starvation. Countries where they don't have human and women's rights and freedoms, the same freedoms that we have, economic freedoms, religious freedoms, freedoms of the press. They're slaughtering Christians in the tens of thousands. Yes, these countries have major problems. We're bringing in their people, and the president has concerns. He wants the best. He wants the brightest. He wants people with money coming into this country that's going to benefit the country, not otherwise.
Yeah, let me ask you, Bernie, and this is Patterson, New Jersey native Julio Rivera, like yourself. I wanted to get your take on this. Why do you think the left is so obsessed with bringing in people from these countries versus, like you're saying, people who can help us? They use the example of Norway. You know, we can take people in from Ireland, Germany, and so many other places that can actually benefit our economy. What are they trying to accomplish sociologically by bringing in all these people from Africa and Haiti and El Salvador and these types of countries, do you think?
Well, I think, one, they get more votes on the left when they bring in that demographic. But I think there's another issue here that people's losing sight of. I think this is, they've jumped on this wording. They've jumped on what the president said because they don't want to get into the real argument. They don't want to talk about what's happened in immigration over the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. They don't want to go down that road because it's a losing battle for them. So right now, what do? They jump on the wording that the president used. You know what? You're supposed to be fixing the problem. They're not fixing the problem. And the president's annoyed with it, and I think that's what the real issue is.
Yeah.